Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I had this video, and this is a lady who's breaking down on her 40th birthday because she doesn't have anything to show like for her life. Like it hit home for her that she's 40, not 20, not 30, 40. And I just want you guys to listen to what she's saying.
40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. I haven't even tried. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things that I can't handle. I'm turning 40 this year and never feel anything. And I literally am just realizing like it's been 40 years of this, and like 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like I haven't built anything. I haven't nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I don't feel anything.
This is what I am talking about when I talk about women's purposes. The purpose of women is men. And you might say, Crimson, why would you break everything that she said down to a man? Because that's our purpose. And to expound on that, I don't mean just get a man and that's your purpose. I mean women specifically working, going out, doing whatever it is that you're trying to do in terms of worldliness, education, profession, money and wealth, or whatever it is that you're trying to have. It's not that having those things are somehow bad in and of themselves, but this is just yet another case of those things not being fulfilling. And you can't say she's having this breakdown and this epiphany because she doesn't have enough money, because there are women who, and we've seen them, much more financially successful and stable than this young lady here, and they still are at the same place in their lives. They're still thinking, what am I doing? You know, yeah, I may have had this type of career and I had this money, and all those things are nice. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have wanted to do them things if I could have did it over again, but at the same time, I still feel an emptiness. The emptiness is twofold. The first level of emptiness is there's no God here. There's no true spiritual grounding here. This is a huge part of her feeling lost and without guidance, because she doesn't have any boundary. She doesn't have any code that she's living by, no rules that she's really living by. Everything is sort of fluid and it's by the seat of your pants maybe, and there is no true, direction. There's no hard line. There's no hard line to anything. And this is what spirituality does for you, because people like to demonize religion. People like to demonize all of these things. But at the same time, when you see people that live without it, their life don't be no better than they be talking about other people's lives. But at least those of us who paying attention to the Most High and we trying to actually live according to the rules, we don't have this tremendous feeling of loss or this tremendous feeling of just sort of drowning without any guidance or direction or way to live or way to go. We've got some idea of how to do things. What's the rules? How I'm supposed to be living? There's some type of guideline. People be saying, oh, life didn't come with a guidebook. Yes, it did. It came with a Torah. It came with an Injil. It came with a Quran. Like it did come with a book. It did come with a book. Whether you want to accept that book or not, it did come with a book. There are some universal rules that help you in times of confusion, to help anchor you and ground you as society changes, values change, what's important in terms of what the society say is important and things of that nature. You're able to keep a compass going in the right direction. You're able to still identify true north. And that does a lot to cut down on the feeling of just generally being lost in life, right? And just not having any purpose or direction, nothing to do. She doesn't have anything to do. At least if you Muslim, you got 5 times a day. It's a lot to do. Like you got that. You got something to do. It's something to do. It's something to do. It's something you got to do. Always something you got to do. Right? There's a guide. Treat people a certain kind of way. This is the type of work that you can and cannot do. These are the type of activities that you can and cannot do. These are the type of clothes, even down to the clothes. These are the type of clothes you can and cannot wear. These are all of it. All of it. It makes life so much simpler. This is why the first value is the spiritual value, and why that value is comprised of your principles and your code, because these are the foundations of how you gonna live, where your boundaries at, and what gives you those boundaries. Where's your moral compass, and what gives you that moral compass? What tells you what you should and should not be doing? Despite what social media, what's trendy or what's going on right now, and you know what I'm saying, that changes. We see that society changes. What was valuable 100 years ago, not valuable today. So you know, what was acceptable culturally 100 years ago, not acceptable culturally anymore. Those things change. So how do you make sure that you live in your life in a stable way? This is where the spirituality comes from. And then secondarily, where have the men been? Not just her husband, that too, but has she been ignoring the structure of the men around her? Anybody that was trying to give her some order? Anybody that was trying to give her some structure? Give her a way to structure her life? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. This would be good for you. That'll be good for you. You need to stay away from this, stay away from that. Or have you just been heedlessly going on in life, like I said, flying by the seat of your pants? You don't know what's really coming next. You just going with the flow. This is why going with the flow is not good all the time. It's only in certain situations go with the flow is a good idea, but not overall just in your life. You just going with the flow, because what's the flow? What if the flow is flushing down the toilet? Then what? What if that's the flow? So you can't just go with the flow. Like you gotta have something that corral you. And this is why I talk about spirituality first, because in the absence of a husband, in the absence of a father, your spiritual self, your structure is supposed to be the structure that the Most High gave you. because there is a structure. That's what's supposed to keep you in line. That's really what's supposed to keep you in line. The husband is the backup to keep that in line. Right? And because women have fallen out of their purpose, really everybody done kind of fell out their purpose for real. We're not even gonna play like that. Because it's not like in today's society, God is at the foremost in anybody's life, really. Just generally speaking. People are really out here just doing what they want to do. And not paying attention and not giving any type of real, paying any real heed to what God said in any of them books that I named. None of them. Right? Pick and choose when they want to listen to it. Maybe so, maybe not. That kind of thing. So nobody's really got a true, real spiritual anchor for real, except for a few people. Right? That's in the minority. But where's the structure? This is why she's crying. That's why she really crying. Because you 40 years old with no direction. You ain't got your stuff together. And don't know how to get it together. Don't know what to do. This is why when I talk about the value system, it's such a good measuring stick just to see where you at, take an assessment of where you are versus where you think you need it to be or where you want to go. And see how those things stack up. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.